Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Today we're on an adventure starting a knitted sweater for Christmas. Starting now so I can take my time because knitting is something I haven't done in a long time. We're going to do a stocking knit stitch, which is a row of regular knit and then a row of purl. So I do know how to do both very well. But it's been a couple years since I've picked up my knitting needles. 4 or 5 years, I think. So let's get started. So to start off, I went ahead and I put in 170 stitches on here. I did try using circular needles. I just can't seem to get the hang of it. They seem to be very against me. The ones I was trying to use, they've been in the container for probably 20 some odd years or something, and my mom suggested maybe taking a warm cloth and wasting them and heating them up a little. I don't know if that would have worked. Just one moment here, just need my little sip. Some afternoon coffee, why not? Okay, so I'm going to use my ring just to make sure I can do this. So we're going to start with purl. We're going to hang out, and I'm going to awkwardly push this to the front because we're doing purl. Purl's got to be at the front. Knit's in the back. Now, I'm one of those people that learned how to knit from a little tiny bit from my grandmother and a whole lot from some knitting books. So I learned from a lot of the diagrams, and boy, did I hate learning that way. I do not like learning a stitch from arrows pointing and stuff like that. I needed a lot of help. And so I'm going to work on this off and on. My son wants a nice cardigan. This is the yarn we picked because the pink was so nice. So we picked this one that has bits of browns, blacks. I didn't even talk about the yarn, did I? Okay, so this is Lion Brand Ice Cream Big Scoop. And a bunch of free patterns. 10 ounces or 284 grams. And it's 1,117 yards or 1,222 meters. It's a lightweight 3. It is a 3.75 millimeter knitting needle. We went with a 6. For a crochet hook, it's a 5 millimeter. 100% acrylic, machine washable, made in Turkey, and let's take a look at the color swatch here on the container, or on the outside here. So I think that's going to be a really nice looking cardigan, and we decided to go with knit. I let him choose what he wanted. He knows I crochet more than I knit, but he really likes it when I knit. And my middle daughter really wanted to see me knit. Okay, sorry, there'll be a couple, probably a few more interruptions. I'm trying to film during the day, and the little one was just playing with her chalkboard and got chalk all over her hand, needed it to be washed. And she insists that she can only wash her hands in my bathroom. Anyway, so the middle one has been asking to see me knit because she doesn't believe I can knit. Everyone knows I can crochet, but the kids don't think I can knit. Alright, so challenge accepted, I guess. But my son wanted me to make him a cardigan. So, first he wanted a pullover, and I don't really think that this will work as a pullover. I don't think he'll actually wear it. I think he'll actually wear a cardigan. Okay. My natural inclination is to do knit one, purl one. But that gives you that ribbed look, and I don't want ribbed. I want a stocking knit. I want this to be a pretty simple pattern. But yeah, I've already figured out my count that I need. I measured him. It was really funny. I told him I needed to measure him today, and he told me that he didn't have the tape measure, meaning like the construction tape measure, because I had to make some closet for his bedroom, because his bedroom is in a loft area and there is not a built-in closet, so we bought him a standalone closet and built it recently. So we thought I was looking for that to measure something, because I've been moving furniture again. One thing to know about me is I move my furniture often. I like to try different things. I like to clean behind everything. Yeah, dust and bugs like to grow behind anything that's up against the wall, so it's good to pull them out every so often. So I do that often, like every 6 months or so. So you hear that from me often. I am very big on that. My house doesn't look like I clean it a lot because of all the clutter and kids' toys and stuff, but I actually do a lot of cleaning. I vacuum almost daily because of the amount of snacks that are eaten throughout my house. Just stuff being brought in. I want to look at my patio right now. It's getting pretty bad out there. I'm going to have to give that one a good cleaning. That's going to be for another day. We're expected to have extremely hot weekend. Well, extremely hot for this year so far. It's going to hit about 30 degrees, which is the hottest it's been so far. We've been pretty lucky so far this year. It's been fairly cool.
Hi, Mom.
Ooh, just a moment here. Alright, somebody needed to find a stuffed animal. She didn't want to stick around though. They apparently have locked me in my room now. We'll see how long that lasts. I give it about 5 minutes. Kids love to see what I'm doing all the time. Yeah, I do a lot of cleaning. I actually knitted a couple sack boys from the game Little Big Planet quite a few years ago. I'd say about 10 years ago. So I do know a little bit of knitting. Not as much as crochet. Crochet just seemed to really stick with me. Where knitting's a little more... I think I'm going to have to squish these on quite a bit. And that's okay. I have a feeling that I might have overestimated. If I did, that's okay. I kind of wanted to make it a bit too big for him anyways. Yeah, I'm trying to get stuff started early this year for Christmas and all that end of the year stuff, so I'm not scrambling like I usually am. And put that in the front. That's what I keep on reminding myself. Purl is in the front, knit is in the back. And they're basically the same movement. Oh, no, that just slipped right off. And if this looks awkward to some people, I apologize, but this is how I knit, and if I'm doing it wrong, I am sorry. My grandma always said I was doing it right. She said I was doing a great job. And this feels a little bit looser than I'd like, so I should probably be... This is going to be the bottom though, so I want to be able to sew into it. I don't want it too crazy tight. I don't want the knit to be like super tight, but I do want it to look nice. So another reason why I'm giving myself a ton of time to be making this is if I start making mistakes, because like I said, I haven't knitted in so long, or it just comes out looking weird, like very just not uniform or whatever, I have plenty of time to fry it and start again. With stocking net, you do need to have an even amount, so I picked 170. I actually had 170 or 68, but I thought I might as well make it 170. And then I can divide it into two, which would be 85 per side for the panels in the front. And I should be able to work it out that way. I have some black already set aside for the ribbing around it. I'm going to put that aside ages ago, and I just need to get one more of these ice cream, and I think that should just do it. Because he doesn't want like to his knees kind of long cardigan, he just wants to like his waist. So that's about 25 inches. There we go. And these rows are going to be pretty long. And I do know some people say that knitting does take longer. I don't know. I'll find out for myself which takes me longer. I have a feeling it's probably going to be about the same. Because I used to have quite the speed with my knitting, and I kind of getting my muscle memory coming back here, where it's going, hey, this is how you do it. And I do love this yarn. I love working with this yarn. That's why one of the reasons why we went with this again. I like the way it worked up. My son and I both thought the color was pretty good. You got a little bit of lightness to it, and you got your dark side, and that is totally what he likes. He already has a gray one, so we passed on gray. We are talking about getting some army green and gray to do a pullover. That's another reason why we didn't want to do a pullover, but that would be all in double crochet is what we've decided for that one, because we saw something similar and he liked it, but it was like $40, and I told him, you know, I can make that for a whole lot cheaper for you and a better yarn. Because it was the really thin stuff that, you know, you spend $40 on and you get a hole right away first time you wash it. Which isn't bad if that's the way you want it to be, but that's not what he was looking for out of that particular sweater. He does have one that came pre-holed, and he spent $40 on it, and I'm just feeling the thickness of the yarn, and I can tell you right now that was fast fashion for sure. And yeah, he's a little more concerned about that now. We did a report recently on fast fashion, and he is really not impressed with a lot of the way they dump out the clothing and all that kind of stuff. He's not a very happy camper finding that out. I'm sure you can afford to buy lots of clothes, but they are built cheap and they will fall apart really fast and just go to the garbage dump with the rest of it. And if it doesn't sell, it's just going to sit on a big pile out in the desert, rotting, but not really rotting. So like, ooh, got a lot of gray in there. That's my first little bit of color. besides white. Love that. So I'm probably going to have to use some stitch markers, I'm thinking, to mark off when I've switched. And I hope to goodness that I have not made this way bigger than I've had to, because that'll be a real pain. Go, and we're going like that. So just for fun, we're going to be throwing in some knitting once in a while, probably. Hopefully people will be excited about that. I know crochet is my main thing I do here, but I do have other crafts, other interests, and knitting is definitely up there. Just haven't been doing it that much lately. Haven't had anything to knit. I have tons of knitting needles. I got all the knitting stuff I need. I don't know, I picked up a crochet hook and that was it. I hope you're not hearing my family being loud out there. Anyways, I'm going to cut it here because I still have a little bit to go. And I'm going to say thank you for joining here at All the Crackers in the Box. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.